Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. I'm Mark, and as always, I'm here with Jenny, and we've got something pretty special to dive into today.
That's right, Mark. We're talking about DeepSeek R1, which, from what I understand, is causing quite a stir in the AI world. Is that right?
Oh, it's more than just a stir, Jenny. This thing is, it's changing things. DeepSeek R1, it's this new open source AI model from a company called, DeepSeek, and the headlines are saying it's the beginning of a new era. Bold claim, right?
Okay, beginning of a new era does sound a bit dramatic, even for tech. But I'm intrigued. What's got everyone so excited about this particular model?
So here's the thing about DeepSeek R1. It's not just any AI model. It's built for reasoning. We're talking math problems, coding, logical inference, the kind of stuff that usually trips up AI. And this thing? It's nailing it.
Interesting. So it's not just churning out text like some of those other language models we've seen? It can actually, think?
Exactly. It uses this reinforcement learning approach, which is kind of like, when you train a dog with treats? It's similar. The AI learns by trying different things and getting rewards for correct answers. So it starts to figure out the best way to solve problems.
That's a clever analogy, Mark. So it's learning to reason, not just memorize. That does sound different. But how good is it really?
Oh, it's good. It got 79.8% on this test called AIME 2024. And get this, 97.3% on the Math 500. And those are, the gold standard for testing AI reasoning in math.
Wow, those are impressive numbers. But I'm guessing the big AI companies already have models that can do this, right? What makes DeepSeek R1 stand out?
Well, you'd think so. But here's where it gets really interesting. Those scores? They're not just good. They're comparable to what the top closed-source models are putting out, and that's a big deal.
Okay, hold on. Closed source? Can we break that down for a second? What exactly does that mean in this context?
Right, sorry. So closed source means the code behind the AI, the way it's built, it's kept secret by the company that made it. You can use it, but you can't see how it works under the hood.
Got it. So the big players like OpenAI, they keep their AI code private. And DeepSeek R1 is different because it's open source?
Precisely. Anyone can download it, see how it's built, even modify it. It's like getting the blueprints to the AI instead of just the finished product.
That's actually huge. I can see why that would shake things up. But is it really that big of a deal? I mean, it's just code, right?
It's more than just code, Jenny. Think of it like this. If you have a fancy, high-tech car, but only the manufacturer can fix it or upgrade it, you're stuck with what they give you, right?
Yeah, and you're probably paying a premium for that privilege, too.
Right? But with open source, it's like having a car you can take to any mechanic, or even learn to fix yourself. You can customize it, improve it, whatever you need.
Okay, that makes sense. So DeepSeek R1 being open source means anyone can tinker with it, adapt it to their needs. That's powerful. And I imagine it has cost implications, too?
Oh, you bet. This is where things get wild. Estimates say that using DeepSeek R1 costs about 2% of what you'd spend on something like OpenAI's top model.
Wait, 2%? That's not a typo?
Nope. That's what the folks at Code AI are saying. It's a fraction of the cost, and that's a game changer. Especially for smaller companies, researchers, anyone who couldn't afford those premium prices before.
This is starting to sound less like a stir and more like a full-blown earthquake in the AI world. Affordable, high performance, and open source? That checks a lot of boxes.
Right? And it's not just about the money. Being able to run this thing locally, on your own hardware, that's a big deal for privacy and control.
Ah, that's a good point. No need to send sensitive data off to some cloud server. You can keep everything in-house.
Exactly. And the experts are taking notice. Imad Mostak, the CEO of Stability AI, he called it a massive upgrade and said it's approaching the performance of some of the leading models. That's high praise.
And I saw that Ethan Mollick, a professor at Wharton, he said it's a big deal because it matches or exceeds those top models on many tasks, including math. And he emphasized the cheap to run locally part.
Yeah, even Jim Fan from NVIDIA, he's excited about it. It seems like everyone's recognizing the potential here.
So it's not just hype. There's real substance to this. But what about real-world uses? Are we seeing DeepSeek R1 in action anywhere yet?
Oh yeah. Some universities are already using it in research. And get this. One software company integrated it into their development process, and they reported a 30% reduction in time spent on debugging. 30%!
That's substantial. So it's actually making a difference in productivity. I can see this being used in all sorts of industries. Healthcare, finance.
Definitely. Imagine using it for medical diagnoses or for analyzing financial data. The possibilities are, well, they're vast.
It's exciting, but also a little daunting, right? I mean, making this kind of powerful AI so accessible, it raises some questions, doesn't it?
For sure. There are always ethical things to consider. Like, how do we make sure it's used responsibly? Who has access to it? And what about data privacy?
Right. And I've been thinking about the job market, too. If AI can do all these complex tasks, what does that mean for human workers?
That's a big one. There's definitely going to be some disruption. Some jobs might be automated, but I also think new roles will emerge. We'll need people to manage these AI systems, to train them, to make sure they're working as intended.
It's a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it? Progress always comes with challenges. But overall, do you think this is a positive development, this whole DeepSeek R1 thing?
I do. I really do. It's pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI, and it's making it more accessible. That's a powerful combination. And the fact that it's open source, that could lead to even faster innovation.
It's like the ASI development community just got a major shot in the arm. I'm really curious to see where this goes. It feels like we're on the cusp of something big.
We are, Jenny. And you know what the best part is? We get to watch it all unfold in real time. It's a great time to be a tech enthusiast.
Couldn't agree more, Mark. This is definitely one to keep an eye on. And for our listeners, we'll be sure to keep you updated on all the latest developments with DeepSeek R1 and the wider world of AI.
Absolutely. So, until next time, stay curious, everyone.
And keep exploring. Thanks for tuning in.